Hello crafty friends, welcome to another hashtag 4th Art Saturday, the December edition. This month I chose to do a free choice. Remember to check below to see the list of artists playing this month, and please show some love by commenting, clicking the like button, and subscribing. It's all free and it helps gives us momentum. So to the cookbook, I'm hunting for a favorite recipe of mine. I like making these during the holiday season. There are a ton of basic foundation cookie recipes in here, and they're great by just adding 1 or 2 things and you have a new cookie. But today I'm feeling nostalgic. Butterballs, and that's exactly what they're made of. Butter, sugar, and flour. Here it is. So now, it's to the kitchen. Well, hey everybody, it's Maryanne, and guess what? I'm doing another thing from my grandma's cookbook, the Women's Home Companion Cookbook. We're gonna do butterballs. That was like my favorite cookie to make during the holidays. And I get to do this without editing, I hope, because I'm in the house and I don't have to worry about anybody popping in. It doesn't mean the dogs aren't going to start barking, but there it is. So butterballs, they look very similar. There are tons of different ideations, or I've seen many people do it very different, same thing, but very different names. I'm making a double batch. Why? Because they're delicious. Okay, so I already left the butter out. I knew I was going to do this video, and I knew I was going to be able to do it without anybody here, so I dug them out a little ahead of time. Ha ha ha. So there we go. And look at all that butter. Oh my God. It's Christmas, Theo. So it's okay. All right, so it says cream butter, add sugar, and continue to beat until light. And so the amount of sugar, and what was nice in there, whether or not you know this or not, I'm just going to tell you because you might know it, but you might not. Generally, what happens is they will put the list of what you're going to use first, second, third in order. Usually that's how it goes. Okay, so we're going to cream the butter. Hang on to your hats. So, dang. So I have my little spatula. Where's my little spatula? I don't see it. I don't see it. So if you're out of confectioner sugar, there was a lady, I think she's on TikTok, and she said all you had to do was put it into a blender, regular sugar into the blender, and blend it, and it will make confectioner sugar. And she did it right there. Now I don't know if that's a lie, but I just remember thinking, oh my God, you know, there were so many times when I was gonna bake something and I'd run out of confectioner sugar, and I'd be like, where's the sugar? All right, so I'm just scraping the sides. Now we're gonna put in our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. There it is, like that. 2 teaspoons, because I'm doubling the recipe. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's sing a song of 2. No, I'm sorry. Okay. So then we're gonna put in flour. Now it says to sift flour, but I don't have a sifter. So, all right, let me put this here. I'll hold it. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, it's so creamy. It's like buttercream frosting. All right, I'm going to heat up the oven, 350. Let's do that. Okay, and the next thing is 2 cups, so that means 4 cups of flour. The only thing is, it's not going to fit in that bowl. I wish I had my metal bowl. Get out of here. There's some sort of fruit fly flying around. All right, so we're gonna put everything in here. I shall move it forward for you. There we go, right like that. And we're gonna transfer this. I just love washing dishes. See, when I bake, I figure I should take care of the dishes I consume for the baking issue, because hubby does the cooking and clean up, mostly because he doesn't like anybody under his feet. He would prefer you stay out of his way. So, all right, let's see. There's still a whole bunch left in here. Oh, this is why I don't like having to transfer. But this is real. This is what happens. I should have known better. I was trying to get away with the smaller one. All right, well, I could put my dirty dishes in here now. Come on. That's it, right like that. There it be. Okay. Now, it says sifted, 2 cups sifted, but I think because that was made during a time when flour was way different than it is right now. So all I'm going to do is put in a little bit. I'm going to use half, so there's 2 cups. And we're going to smush board, and then I'll put in the other 2. Okay, so starting to get really thick. So I'm just going to do 1 more right now. So otherwise it's going to be, and just so you know, I'm pressing against the bag so it kind of levels it off. And I'm going to just do 1 more and then see how it is and put in the rest of it. So if you see any cookie dough flying, that's the dog's portion. All right, so we have 1 more to put in, but you can see how it's binding up on me. So I'm just gonna do it very, very slowly. And I may end up having to do it by hand eventually. So let's see how it goes. So the result is you're supposed to make small balls and put them on an ungreased baking sheet. So we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna use about, I guess about 1/3 and see what trouble we can get into. Okay, a little bit more. It's getting warm. It's another 1/3 I'm putting in. I may not use it all. I don't know what the deal is with altitude, but sometimes you have to kind of, here Jake, here you go. Sometimes you have to adapt for your location. If it's really dry, you may have to add more, or you may have to change how much of the flour you put in. So I think this might be the time. So here it goes. Okay, let me go wash my hands really good. I'll be right back. Now I had washed my hands before I started, but I'm a little bit of a freaky deaky. My hands had the flour on it and stuff, and I just felt like I really needed to wash them again. I don't know, maybe the whole pandemic thing caused me to become obsessive compulsive. Who knows? All right, so what I'm gonna do, oh, I should tell you that the recipe calls for 1 cup, and in this case it would be 2 cups of chopped nuts. And I am just not, I will eat nuts, but in my cookies, I'm not really a big nut fan. I'm okay, I will eat them. I was raised that way. I was raised you ate what was put in front of you. So even if I didn't like the food, if that was what was dinner, I ate it. Heck, that's probably some of the reason why I'm as big as I am. But I prefer not to have the nuts in there. So if you are making this recipe or following it because you want to do it, it calls for a cup of nuts, and in this doubled recipe it would be 2 cups of nuts. All right, so that's that. Let me get rid of these. And just as a warning, not a warning, but just as a caution, I always unplug my stuff when I'm done, and I'm going to start playing around with the beaters. You don't want to get hurt, you know? All right, so we're going to take a small amount of the balls. So I'm using a tablespoon. Let's see how that comes out. I've changed it up sometimes. So we're gonna roll it. And they do turn into, you should make them into balls. Mine always look like little tops, diamonds. I don't know why I can't make a round ball. But here it is. And so we're gonna do this. And I'll probably speed it up. Oh, you can't see. There we go. So I'm using a tablespoon from my plastic set that I got from Dollar Tree years ago. I had a class at, I guess I could say it. It was I used to teach students that were deaf, and so I had a class where we did a lot of cooking, and so I bought a bunch of things that we used. We, you know, the measuring spoons, measuring cups. A lot of this stuff is missing now. I mean, we're talking like in ancient times, but I still have this set of measuring spoons, and I do have some. Oh my gosh, come on. What's going on here? I have to put some powder on that. There we go. And the metal cups I had from when I was, oh my God, a young person. I was 17, and you know when family doesn't know what to get you? I was 17 years old, and I was given a hope chest. Now you're all probably, if you're young, you're probably thinking, oh, a hope chest, that was so old-fashioned. Yeah, it was old-fashioned when I got it. It's because nobody knew anything about what I did or my interest, and so they told my father, who I didn't live with my dad, but they told my dad, oh, she would, I guess, get her a hope chest. So they got me a hope chest. And so I got things, so because of that, and I don't know if I said this before, but my birthday is Christmas. So anything, whether it was a Christmas present or a birthday present, anything that year that I got was was to go into this hope chest. So I got like salt and pepper shakers, you know, the giant spoon and fork thing, that Decker stuff. Ugh. Here's the thing. I didn't even have a boyfriend. What the heck? Sorry about that. I don't know what people are thinking. At least nowadays, I think everybody's a little better about thinking about their kids and what they would like. When I was growing up, it was, nobody thought about those things. So anyway, I digress. We're gonna put this in for 15 to 18 minutes. And then when you take them out, you're supposed to roll them in confectioner's sugar while they're hot, because then it sort of coats them, and it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of butter and sugar. That's what it is. Some of these look like just a little too much. It says it should make 3 dozen, so I should have 6 dozen, right? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I don't know how tiny these things were when they made them, but I never got 3 dozen out of that batch. I used to bake. I grew up with my aunt, and I was the baker. I did a lot of baking. Because I was the oldest, I was responsible when my aunt went to work. I was responsible for dinner for the family. She would tell me what to do, of course, you know. But that was not, it was okay. It wasn't fun. I mean, you're cooking for an army, right? I enjoyed doing the baking. And my first attempt was trying to figure out how to make a gingerbread house. Now that is something I probably won't do because it does take quite a bit of effort to do a gingerbread house. Now, I actually found gingerbread in this recipe book. And the gingerbread, excuse me, I have allergies. The gingerbread came out like a loaf of bread. Well, not like white bread, but like a cakey bread. Well, that's not what I was looking for. So that was one failure. So the next time I got up enough guts to do it again, I found a recipe for ginger snap in here. And that's the recipe I use. So here we go. We're going in the oven. All right, here we go. I'm going to take it out of the oven. You guys are over there. And yikes. There they are. Woohoo! They look like little eggs. Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to spread them while they're warm in some confectioner sugar. So, and what happens is the confectioner sugars kind of melts a little bit. So I'm gonna put that out there and try not to burn my fingers. Let's see, what do we have? Do we have something to get? Oh, how about that? I don't know that that's what that's for, but we can try that. And see, there's a little brown. We used to call these, oh, dang. Did you see that? I squished it. That's the taste testing one. All right. So when I was a kid, we used to call cookies that were like this Russian tea cakes. And since I love these cookies, and I could eat a million of them. And I don't need a million of them, but I could eat a million of them. So I'm gonna go off and do that. Then I have to let the pan cool, because I'm gonna put another batch in. Well, here's the cookies. And I got a bunch of dogs looking at me too. So, it's a tough time of the year, right? So I baking these cookies and just kind of reminiscing with the cookbook has helped me a little bit, and I appreciate you coming along. I've been making a point to do the things that would give me joy, and just doing things that make me happy. And Russian tea cakes make me happy, although I don't know, I don't think anybody else calls them Russian tea cakes except me. And thank you for being here with me. And I'm gonna tell you that they're a little dry, but They're good. I need some tea. I think I'm going to make some tea. Yeah, that's what these need is tea. Oh, Merry Christmas. Come here. Oy, one broke. There we go. Say nice. Be nice to me. Oy! That was fast. Was it good? Okay. Tater, tater. Nice job, you guys.